Welcome to Everyone is the Asshole with Adrienne and Amy.
Hello.
Where you're still sitting here, front row seats to the downfall of an empire right
Choo
before
choo.
her birthday. But we have big news. Amy has escaped.
Yes.
Tell us. Tell us.
I've escaped to Mexico. The better side of the border.
They're coming out with like new healthcare stuff too. I'm sure you
Like universal health care.
I
Okay.
get it. That's great. Well, over here on this side of the border, we have, speaking of birthdays, almost 80-year-old Presidente, a malignant narcissist that does have dementia. Just signs are there for,
The signs are ever present.
and it does appear he's got himself in a pickle. He can't get himself out of for the first time in his life. In his life. Like, I mean, he's always been bailed out or bullied or
Yes.
extorted or, blackmailed. And these Iranians are something else.
Honestly.
It's like they're fighting for their existence or
Oh my
something.
God.
And
Fucking
it's like he's
crazy.
fighting for his ego or something.
Dude, the Iranians are crushing the PR battle of,
And
aspect of this war.
And is that not what it is? Because they cut off the satellites of the actual war.
Right.
So who's winning the PR game? I mean, it's so obvious to me what he's doing as like obvious in the way that it's delusional, but he's who he's like pretending to talk to, and by this I mean our president over there. Like, do you even think he's talking to anyone, or it's just
Well, I mean, every single time that he
he hears
says
it here?
that they're talking, Iran will come out and be like, no, we're not.
We're not, bro. Actually,
No, we're not. And then
actually,
they'll drop just like the most hilarious, most boppiest fucking you've ever seen.
Orange pig. America first? Oops. Oh boy, that was the slogan you sold. But Bibi's pulling strings and your vote is getting cold. We're not just fighting for Iran, hear this clear. Your people reached out to us. Yeah, we got the DMs here. If one nation's gonna stand against the Epstein regime's fear, it's us till the last breath. We've been doing it for years. We're standing here for everyone. Your system ever wrong, they've known all along. The enemy was always you. The real threat wore a suit and sung a patriotic song while selling their own citizens and calling it strong. Stealing from your own people, making them bleed, taking tax dollars just to fund your own greed. They waking up to the lies, the illusions of burst. You screamed America first, nah, you put losers first. Make Israel great again. Your government is run by pedophiles. They ordered you to die for Israel. They ordered you to die for Israel. They lied to you all.
now the thing I don't like is now the Americans have taken over and they're creating their own, and I'm like, no, I want the news. I want the Lego news from the actual source
Totally.
because they're telling us what's really going on.
Well,
But
and like, you can't just follow up their brilliant campaign by doing the exact same
no,
thing.
no,
Like that's
no,
pathetic, don't you think? Like
no.
try hard, thirsty, lacking in any creativity or, brain cells.
What you should do is obviously what our Secretary of War did and spout out the Pulp Fiction quote and claim it's Bible. I mean,
Like you gotta check the source, you
yeah,
gotta,
got him again. Got him again. You
because okay,
probably read that and was like, this was written for me. Are we sure this is a Bible verse? Yes, you got it, Mr. Hegseth.
so apparently what I heard is he was like, well, a service member gave it to me and was like, this is how I get. But like,
Yeah,
okay,
that service
you
member
need to
paid you.
you need to double check. Like you're just gonna You're not gonna check the source? Like,
But
and
also, isn't the Bible one of those things where it like doesn't change, and you like if you're a studier of it, you learn it from the beginning, and then
well, also
you
like it doesn't sound like the Bible really. When you hear what
it sounds like something Samuel L. Jackson
yeah,
would be yelling at someone before he
blowing him away.
ends him, which is what he is the most embarrassing one of them.
Okay,
But, this is
but
our comedic error, though, dude. They
true.
are crumbling.
Okay,
They don't.
have you seen though? First of all, I was kind of behind because we've been, doing the move. I was
Get
like
out.
getting caught up with this stuff with Cash Patel, like that they had to use a battery.
The most
Sorry,
non-shocking
it's not funny, but it is.
news of the year.
It's so unserious that this guy is like the head of the FBI.
Why?
And did you see the Lego version of this? The
That was it. True source?
True Source, Sacred
No,
Defense, Sacred
I
Defense.
okay. I'll have to watch it because I've gotten
Adrienne, don't worry, I'll put a little short of it as one of the videos for today, so you can just see how they can
crush
how
him.
they like convey him, and it's very funny.
Breaking news from the Lego Washington Bureau tonight. Atlantic Magazine dropped a story bringing concerns to light about the FBI director and his conduct on the job. 9 sources went on record. This is not a hit mob. This is accountability reporting in plastic brick form. When the head of law enforcement doesn't meet the norm, no personal attacks here, just the documented facts. Let me walk you through the article in the impact it tracks. April 10th.
See, for some reason, he doesn't give me the satisfaction of like, because you just take one look at him and you're like, oh my God, you've had to live your entire life looking like that. He is, and he's funny because like most of them I feel like are grifters, and like
Yeah,
Christina just wanted those bucks. She is diabolical, right?
diabolical, yeah.
Her husband wanted the boobies, she wanted the bucks, but like Cash just wants the glory, just
Yeah.
wants to be at what was the Pony Club or what, like
He wants
way back.
Valhalla. He wants to be some kind of warrior that ends up, that's what
What
you're
even
exactly right.
is that? What is Valhalla?
Valhalla is like the mythical, I mean, I'm not an expert at this, but my sort of colloquial understanding is that it is a mythical, sort of the mythical afterlife for Viking warriors, that if you have like a good death in battle or, something like that, that you enter the halls of Valhalla to be with like the warriors of the past. So he just like wants to be a big boy, He wants to be a
Sounds
big
super Christian.
he just wants to be a big tough boy. Okay.
And with his girlfriend, I can't even keep up with his side swords. Honestly, he is like a boring character in that rat pack of clown show. I mean, it's been tumbled since, when did it start? The beginning of April with Christina fell. Of course, we knew all the
Cynthia
women would
Bondi.
go. I think in addition to being an almost 80-year-old malignant narcissist with obvious dementia, I
Why is
think
he
he's
dead yet?
gay, dude.
Which
Like,
one?
bruh, he like all over men all the time.
Well,
The
he is
wrestler.
always talking about how handsome everybody is.
He just likes to dominate women, but he wants everything else from men. I guess it's more of like, maybe
Good
it's not
point.
sexual, but like he doesn't care what women think about him.
That's like such an excellent point.
Yes. And think about the women, like he only likes the women that other people are like, that is stereotypically hot. Like
Right.
I don't even know if he,
You
you
know,
know,
I feel like there's a parallel here because did you watch the R. Kelly documentary? No, sorry, Puff Daddy, Puff Daddy, Puff Daddy, Puff Daddy.
I was like, I don't think I did. He just discussed me, got off, like, or I can't,
Well, it's
no,
like
do
really
tell.
horrifying. It's really horrifying. But there is something I didn't know about him, but is sounding kind of similar to what you're saying with Trump in that like it's somebody who like actually hates women and only sort of considers them in terms of like a tool or a status symbol or something to conquer because P. Diddy would like identify a girlfriend of like a rival and just go after her. And then after he sort of like sort of like in his mind humiliated the other guy and made himself the alpha because he like,
Mobbed him.
yeah, yeah, basically by having sex with his woman, which is like, the ultimate sign of, it's total like but
Respect.
he would drop that woman and go after the next. So there is like some there, I feel like.
There's psychology, and I think it is definitely the dark triad, but it's probably some narcissism, but it's something else that is they want to like one up and
Well, but there's also it's like it's a systemic problem, right? Not just sort of to like individual like messed up like, unhealthy personalities. It's like that is the water that we're swimming in, is like
that
that.
is seemingly the future generation. I was about to say this sounds quite familiar to what they call the manosphere, and like how this is just empty of women, but it's all of these men together. And I mean, it's like if y'all want to be gay, but
That's right.
great. If you don't, but
Oh my
it,
God. Eric Swalwell.
you know what? It doesn't matter that I say this now. Never liked him.
Me,
Always
me and Eric said
felt
the same thing. I literally believe you because
trust your gut. He
I
did
was like,
nothing.
something's off about this guy. Like he seems fake, like robotic whenever he's
And he'll say something when he has to. He's like in the camera, like right at the right time. But where it really got me recently was, and I didn't know much about like his personal attacks on his family, which is horrific. I guess he
Wait, what do
was.
you mean?
I think he was getting like death threats or something. His family was just being targeted, and
I
then
see.
more than a typical politician.
I
I
see.
think it was like pretty scary for him and his family.
Of course, yeah.
And he said something at Pam Bondi's hearing, and it was super sincere and sweet. And I took it that way at the time because he was like, "Thank you for helping," and she was like, "You're welcome. I'm really sorry that's happening to your family," or something. It was just
Okay.
so different than what preceded that and came after. Like when she was just being
Dude, that
like
was so crazy.
so defiant.
How ironic is that? You know why? Because Donald Trump, the Dow right now is over, the Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000.
So, but then what got me is I was like, yes, and sir, what's next? That was all he said. I don't know. It just struck me as weird that
Right.
he didn't go out. It didn't ask one single relevant question.
Right.
And then I also just thought he was a sleazeball. But I
Yes.
think a lot of dudes are sleazeballs, and I keep that to
Well,
myself.
me too. But this is the other thing is like apparently it was an open
Yes, that's
secret
disgusting.
in DC that people knew that this guy was like a creep and that is fucked.
For like 10 years. I think I saw 2011. So two totally different things. One is wonderful, one is horrific. The fact that it lasted, it was going on
Right.
this entire time.
It's crazy.
How the audacity,
Right.
but that when it did become public, it was swept to shit, which I was very proud of. I was like, fuck yeah. I mean, I shouldn't have to be proud because the whole premise of what's happening. And then the Republicans just showed how just
Exactly.
exactly who they are.
Yeah. Because that's exactly right. As soon as there were credible accusations against Eric Swalwell, everybody that was a Democrat or left of a Democrat was like, he's got to go. Like, we don't give a shit. We're not trying to try to defend this man. Like, get him the fuck out of there. Fuck him.
Yeah. Oh, but what's the guy's name? The Republican.
Donald Trump.
put in a statement, but that the Republicans finally were like, okay, now that our numbers are not so in threat since they got rid of their guy, we'll get rid of our guy that, had affairs and then with his staffers, and the poor woman lit herself on fire. So,
Are you serious?
yes, dude.
Self-mutilated?
Yes.
Maybe I do.
And she was married, and I think
No, did he force her to have an abortion?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
But it is obviously underreported since I'm just barely with the details here, but horrific. Right. And she wasn't the only one. It just
gross, dude. Men are trash, dude.
But it's also power. Power corrupts. Yeah. That's what is depressing.
But this is the other thing. Like, oh, okay, now we'll get rid of this guy who had affairs. Literally, the president is in the Epstein files like a billion times.
I don't know. I'm more worried about his freaking wife in there, man.
Jesus Christ. How bizarre when she came out and she was like, just so you know, I don't even know who this guy Epstein. Who are you even talking about? Like, first of all, girl, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing
part
this
of
now?
my month.
I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach.
Every second, and even how I received it, like a lot of times I'll get after the fact news, maybe commentators, I, for whatever reason, had something on live where it just like cut in and she just started talking.
Are you serious?
I had no warning, nothing. And it was just like, I do not know. It was like, oh my God. And then I had to listen. I was glued, listened to it through, and then went straight online. It was like, who was talking about this? But nobody was talking about it yet because it was live.
Because it was literally, you were literally saying it in real time.
Yes. So she does not know English, like, at all. I
think that's right.
It is all an act.
So you think she really can speak English?
It could not be that bad. It is like classically bad. Like it's like do you
think she speaks Slovenian with Baron at home? Do you think he knows Slovenian?
Do you think he knows?
I mean, maybe she speaks Slovenian to him ever since he was a boy, and he's bilingual. And maybe, because otherwise, I would think she would definitely know English, because how else are you gonna like communicate with your child? You see what I mean?
Yeah. But what would it serve? I mean, because I guess actually, man, this is the 40 tress of the Trump family. No one can make fun of her because it is awful to say
so
that.
Bad. Because she's like so obviously bad.
Yeah.
That's an interesting theory. That would be really funny if it turns out she spoke like perfect English. I also think though that it's really funny that Republicans will go up to some people and be like, I heard you speaking. I saw a video of like these guys that were working for AT&T, and this like guy, this like of course white guy came over, and apparently he lived across the street, and he was like, I want to see the papers for all of your workers. I heard them speaking Spanish. Oh, and I heard this one guy set up like a fake hotline for ICE. Like,
dude, I fucking joined his.
Oh yes,
to those because I was like, I gotta get the members only videos.
I mean, because like people are like showing their asses, dude. Like teachers that were like saying that one of their students, like their parents spoke with a strong accent and didn't seem to be able to speak English. First of all, I'm like, you are a monster. Like, get out of the teaching elementary school. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And number two, like, the first lady cannot speak English. Like, she cannot speak English. Okay, I cannot understand, like, most of what she says at any time. Okay, so make it make sense.
Website for reporting illegal immigrants, and people end up on it thinking that it's real. I had one person who wanted to report someone for driving a nicer car than her.
And they're driving new cars.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a 20-something-year-old immigrant female driving like a brand new Corvette. And I'm driving a 95 pickup that's about halfway running right now. And all these legals around here just driving nice cars, buying up property, stuff like that. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? You know. But and then we're renting from an illegal because he can't even hardly speak speak English. The guy we're renting from.
Okay, and the woman who drives the pretty car, who could you tell by looking at her that she was an illegal immigrant?
Yeah, I could tell she wasn't from around here.
She wasn't from around here?
Yeah, she wasn't. I'll put it to you like this: I'm 58 years old. I know this town like the back of my hand, and what I've seen around here lately is not normal.
Dude, that guy Ben Palmer, I think his name is.
Ben Palmer.
Yeah, he's from Atlanta and was like, yeah, like I saw him, or like he would do like these tiny shows and do like other stuff. There was like a cool venue that was like owned by this guy that we knew. I mean, it was very cool. But anyway, like that when he pretends to be his own manager, it's so funny.
And she like tries to not admit it at first, and then she finally is like, you sound a lot like him. But what I love about those is he just mirrors back to them exactly
Yes.
what they are saying. That's it. I mean, a little passive aggressive.
Oh my God.
Slightly. But they catch on and realize they do not understand the implications. This is why you can't just always call the cops. And like, you are not thinking through. What if they took out that little boy, that 6-year-old boy? Good thing he could be a terrorist.
Well, like because he called one of them back and he was like, oh, just to let you know, as it turns out, the people that you called about, they are documented. So just want to let you know. And she was like, oh, okay, you know, and he was like, so sorry, you know, I know you wanted to, you know, get that family deported since they
We're
can't speak
looking at
English,
you.
like enough for you to like, you know. So sorry that it turns out that they actually are documented, and the boy is going to continue to show up and be in your class. And it's so good because then she's like, "Well, you're making me sound like a real bitch."
Well, I love to listen to those things to practice how I could stick it out and like not, you know, push the limits like him. Like I want to be like him and be able to just stay in the moment and let them feel it, not let it go.
It's really good, but it's also sad. You know what I mean? Like it was funny, and I know he like kind of made it to be funny, and then it sort of turns out to be like really horrible.
Is it sad or is it just like really truly showing us what
Well,
we
yeah,
are
and it's
reflecting
horrible.
this era? And that's my argument. I like it. That's why I like this is our comedic era because we are watching all these clowns fall each and every. I mean, JD Vance could not fail one more time if he tried, dude. He kills one pope, and then he is now fighting the next.
I forgot he killed the
Yes. I mean, and then you watch these Catholics like I have accepted that this is cult mentality now, and that we can't, just like we were talking about prior, like when people have psychological defense systems in place, you cannot change their mind. So I've really, truly accepted that, and I'm just watching it all play out and trying to not let it affect me. We're all crumbling and eating each other.
Because literally, Trump shared a photo of himself as Jesus.
He is testing every single lever and just making them debase themselves.
Getting back to one of our favorite podcasts, like literally Bob on Necessary Conversation was like, the Pope is going to hell. Like, and they're Catholics. They're
If
Catholics.
you just isolated like what they have to defend at this point, like the list is like children,
Right.
you know,
Right.
political discourse. It just, what else? There's not going to be much else for them to have to be able to defend. When he pardons Ghislaine.
God, I don't even think that that would make Bob do anything different because he doesn't even care about, like he said, he doesn't care about. But Mary Lou, I'd be interested if that. But this is a good segue, if you don't mind, to one of my videos because this, I think, like that podcast and especially the sort of absurdity of like their response to Trump, like fighting the Pope as Catholics, that like
I finally like the Pope too, you know?
I mean, the Pope is good. The Pope is woke. We have like woke Pope right now. Okay.
Think about Cruella de Vil's plan to turn 101 Dalmatian puppies into luxury coats.
Now, were these the same dogs that were stolen from her by the Radcliffes?
I would use the term rescued since she was trying to turn them into clothing.
Now, we don't know that. Cruella has had nothing but a shady history when it comes to animals and fashion.
Yeah, well, maybe the Radcliffes shouldn't have brought in so many Dalmatians in the first place.
Were they supposed to leave them in her factory?
Why is that my problem? Again, if you can't take care of that many puppies, you shouldn't have brought them in the first place.
She was going to skin them all alive.
And so what? It's her property. Ever heard of the Fifth Amendment? It's in the damn Constitution.
In France?
Everywhere.
Okay, that's crazy. It doesn't matter what country. It is insane to be in support of someone who is actively trying to skin puppies and turn them into coats.
She also makes coats for children. Do we want them freezing?
We're not saying she can't make coats, but is making them out of the skin of puppies necessary?
Yes.
No.
Yes, they're her puppies, her property, her rights, her freedom. Now, I know you two don't like freedom so much, but that's too damn bad.
Yeah, why don't we make a coat out of you, Dad?
Yeah, well, at least I'd be warm, unlike you two with your cold liberal hearts.
No, that's too nice of Bob to ever say. Cold
Right.
little hearts.
I think this guy like perfectly captures each of the members of the family.
And Mary Lou likes him. Did you see
Yeah.
that live? He is.
Funny.
And I like it. I want to see how far they'll go. I mean, I think I'm past the frustrated point. I know what their reaction is going to be. I'm going to see it because to me now they're just debasing themselves.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's almost
They
like
crossed the line, you know?
yeah. Oh yeah, because he was like in the last one, I think. What's his name? Bob was like, or Chad asked something along the lines of, if Trump was like, attacked you personally, would you still like him?
Yeah.
And Mary Lou was like, no, of course not. And Bob was like, yes. It's like, okay,
He's
literally.
not even participating at all in it anymore because he's in a cult. He's in the MAGA cult, which brings me to I'm done with all of that. Like or in my mind, they're in a cult. They're never gonna change. Like he's gonna die at some point or be removed from office, and they're gonna martyr him. And like they're lost. They're lost souls, right? But then there's the America First, which I so fucking begrudgingly say I prefer because they're all deflecting now, right? But which shows me like they can break away from a cult, but they are so much more dangerous to me and worse, which is what I want to show you because I know we both talked about this mother.
I hope it's Tucker Carlson.
Yes. And we've got Tuck and Buck.
I was listening to Tuck and Buck
Okay.
during my run today, so I can't see which part.
I have so many feelings.
Can we talk about the fact that Tucker Carlson's brother looks like if you left Tucker Carlson in the air fryer for too long?
Absolutely, dude. Like, these two. Right, so this is Buckley, Tucker's, I had to look up Tucker's younger brother, because couldn't tell, because the air fryer, you know.
Okay, hold on.
Tucker's
This
older.
is his younger brother?
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck?
And you wouldn't be able to tell from the way they interact, which I also want to touch on. But, all right, here's their come to Jesus moment.
He can survive. So looking back, because I mean, you and I and everyone else who supported him, you wrote speeches for him, I campaigned for him. I mean, we're implicated in this for sure.
Yes.
It's not enough to say, well, I changed my mind, or like, oh, this is bad, I'm out. It's like, in very small ways, but in real ways, you and me and millions of people like us are the reason this is happening right now.
Yes.
So I do think it's like a moment to wrestle with our own consciences. We'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. And it was not intentional. That's all I'll say. But anyway, the question does present itself immediately. Like, what is this? Was this always the plan? You don't want to be a conspiracy nut, but like, clearly there were signs of low character. We knew that.
Yes.
But it didn't. There are tons of people of low character who like outperform their character. It doesn't have to be.
Sort of the norm, actually, these days, I would say.
Spoiler alert. That's all the, self-reflection they're going to do.
100%.
The rest is, what is, how can did we get conned? He talked shit about Trump back in the Dominion stuff. He knows. He called him like a demonic character.
So also though, his brother, because I listened to this episode from the beginning.
Dude.
I'm not done yet with it.
I think I want to say to be on the lookout myself and anyone like us watching these clips and getting off on them because we're saying exactly what we want to hear is that right before this, they're talking about how many people they know that had died from the COVID vaccine.
Yep.
They flip in such coded language, homophobia.
And some of it's not even that coded.
No, it's really not. He is essentially saying, we need to go back to not saying the quiet part out loud and saying the quiet part coded and waspy as shit.
Right.
And when did the WASP stop being in charge?
Yes. They say WASP all the time. The idea that they're pushing is like very clearly like
clear.
WASPs are superior culturally and in all other ways, and we need to get back to like a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant back to, even though whatever, but like no, I've been so horrified by, and I think your point is exactly the one that I was going to talk about with this video, is that people are like, well, yeah, finally. I mean, we can agree with him on the no wars thing, right? Like, I agree with him. And also at the same time, I find the rest of his views like completely despicable. And it's like, if people should listen just because like his brother goes through this like crazy tirade about like tobacco. Both are like, they love tobacco, dude. Like, you talking about like, he goes on this rant about like tobacco is like the most American thing, and he loved John McCain until John McCain went after big tobacco.
And
like, what?
I mean, he had no character.
No character. How can you?
Funny though, he's funny.
How can you attack the most American crop of all, tobacco? The most what you call it, and like
represents freedom.
So many deaths. Oh, because it's like, because you have to, not only you have the freedom to smoke, but it's up to you to have the self-discipline to stop or some bullshit like that.
The hill to die on.
So crazy, dude.
What? I didn't find any disagreements that they had between the two. Like, they would say something, it'd be like one sentence of maybe something I could agree with, and then it was like batshit crazy, and the other one's like, yeah, I noticed that. Yeah. And you're like, back to normal. And that's why this is scary, because they are presentable. I think I'd prefer this smug little rat shit face than Anna's brother too. And I was tricked, and I've got a vulnerability here, I'll admit, because I watched this and first it was like, yes, this is exactly the words I want to hear.
Yeah, of course.
They probably workshopped the fuck out of that for exactly. And what they're doing now, Amy, is like clipping, and then they're putting it in the left AI or algorithm. And so that we're like, well, Tucker's not that bad. And they're doing that with Nick Fuentes. Did you see the freaking fake AI MAGA people? Trump reposted Hot Blonde. So they're creating their own bots now. That's going to be a war in and of itself.
they like had so much respect for each other.
I feel like
They talk to each other like friends, you know? And that I was like so swayed by that. And like
well, I will say this
I
though.
was like,
What I thought was strange was that Tucker didn't seem to know very basic things about Buck's past with the like work and the campaigns.
yeah. And also, did they grow up together? Because Buck kept
Yeah.
saying like in my childhood and when I grew up, and I'm like, wouldn't that be, I don't know, if I'm sitting there with my sibling, I'd be like, our childhood.
Well, maybe they're just like so American and so individual that they would never, they would never.
But he is. That's why I was like, God, why am I swooning over Buckley, this
Ew,
stupid
I hate him.
bitch
And
that
this
is
is,
standing for tobacco? But
but
it's because he doesn't let Big Brother Tucker, like, he
yeah.
still has so much
Oh,
confidence.
he
And that's
does.
why I'm saying, like, I guess I could be susceptible to a cult.
Well,
If
no,
that's
I
like
think,
my wound playing out. And I gave them like a tight little rope, you know?
well, I think everyone to some degree is susceptible to cults because cults are like psychologically, like they're intentionally deceptive and manipulative, preying
Yeah.
upon, psychology that's common to all of us. So it's okay like that we get swept up in a cult. But the other thing is that like they kept telling each other like beautiful point. Beautiful point.
No, you're not gonna get me on. I was loving that. I was like, they have so much respect for each other and like they
Good.
have independent lives. And it was fucking me up because I was like, these are two diabolical, terrible
Diabolical,
people.
evil,
And I cannot get past how much
and have done a
respect
lot of
they
harm.
have for each other.
They have
Yes.
done
He
a
was
lot
a speechwriter for Trump.
of harm.
I mean, Amy, like, what do you think? Because I kept oscillating between, like, these are crazy people that just are, very racist, entitled.
Mhm,
They want their old role. They fear the Jewish people,
mhm.
very obviously taking over the world order. Do you think they really, truly feel this? Or Tucker's really smart. He sees this as the next meal ticket. I mean, he knows he's got to
Yeah,
pivot and
yeah,
he's getting ahead of the train and he's going to run for president.
yeah,
And
yeah,
this
yeah.
is all because he talked about being, who was he at dinner the night before with? And he was,
Yeah,
and you talking
yeah.
about, I was like, are
Oh,
you
he was talking about Caitlyn, my girl Caitlyn, what's her name on CNN?
Jenner? Because we got to
No.
help a girl get a passport.
Recently, I had my passport. I had to get it renewed. I sent it back. Comes back, gender marker M. Screws everything up.
I know, I saw that. And it's like, oh, you didn't think the leopards were gonna eat your face?
I mean, they're eating all of them.
And also, I saw somebody that did kind of a highlight of Caitlyn Jenner saying, like, "I've tried to reach out to the president, but he hasn't responded," and talking about how Rock Hudson had been a closeted gay man, and he contracted HIV and got AIDS, and he was, like, best friends with Ronald and Nancy Reagan, and he sent them a telegram from or his, like, assistant or whoever sent Nancy Reagan a telegram to say, like, "Look, Rock has AIDS, like, if he doesn't have access to this medicine, like, from the French or whatever, like, he's gonna die in agony, so, like, can you help pull some strings?" And she wrote back the same day and said, "No, that's not something that the White House is gonna get involved in," and he died, like, 2 months later or something. Just as,
The
like,
bitch
another
wrote
example.
back. That's
Wrote back the same day.
that is more than any, like, that says everything.
Yeah, she was a horrible fucking bitch, and so
Because
was her husband.
if you wanted to save face, you just say lost in the mail.
Right, but she wanted him to know. She wanted him to know. Like, what a horrible fucking that's some Joffrey level fucking shit, dude.
Golly.
And also that, like, if you're just, like, if you're selling your soul for proximity to power, it's not gonna work out for you, bro.
No, it always is gonna come back around. It eats its tail. But we get to watch it right now and them fighting with each other. This is our time to sit back,
Mhm.
organize together,
and just let them have at it. And God, the Alex Jones one, that has been fun to watch unravel. And then he's got his Lord and Savior Trump come at him, but then he's got the Onion so brilliantly buying him out. He is quite literally shirtless on his show, screaming like an animal.
Oh my God.
Because he's losing his mind. I mean, this is what happens eventually. So they had their time. Do you think? I mean, I still think this is going to be miserable for a while, but I think like they're losing steam and they're kind of all one trick ponies. And like this quagmire, this guy has gotten himself in. I really think he might have messed up.
I think he definitely messed up. And I think he is like screwed. I think the American empire is over. And I'm not necessarily saying that that's a bad thing. But also, like, I think you're making all these are like exactly right points of what's happening with the Republican Party. And also, though, what are the Democrats doing? They're coming after our boy Hasan. They're coming left.
That
flank.
quieted down quick, not quick enough, and again,
But you're
should have
right, because I
never
think
been
people
there.
realized like this is not going to work for us
No, no,
because
no, no, no.
everybody likes him because
Yeah.
he's making sense, and the Democrats are like limp-dicked, milquetoast pieces of shit. Other than Zohran Mamdani, but he's a Democratic socialist anyway.
And then the porn they're giving us with Obama and Mamdani, like stop, and little kids.
I mean, please, right?
Yeah, we needed something. I really feel like there's something in the air. It's like coming back around. Like we're just watching them eat each other, and but again, we're not doing enough.
We
We're
just need another part. We need another party, or we need to at least be able to enforce or enact a little more pressure on Democratic politicians to actually be doing the work of the people and not the work of the corporations or their own bank accounts.
Which is why I think the first step is we got to get rid of Citizens United. And we really can't do anything until then. Because it is just like everyday poor people against Congress and the corporations because they're together, because that's their customers.
But the problem too, the Supreme Court found that corporations can, spend basically we're fucked by that. So the federal legislature could pass a law that says, well, no, actually, we're not going to do that. And they could do that. But the problem is the Democrats don't have any vested, or at least the ones that are like the corporate Democrats, like the establishment Democrats, they don't have any stake in doing that. They don't want to do that because it benefits them to have a bunch of money in politics. So we're asking like the wolf to legislate to protect the Three Little Pigs house or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's just never going to happen. That's not a good analogy.
So we're going to have to do that. Is where the people are going to have to come in and do grassroots and get them out of office, weed them out. What we need is what the Republicans did, like after Goldwater, where they like went underground and created all these think tanks and got organized and like stopped fighting. Like we're just like reacting and fighting. Instead, we need to be like planning, like building our institutional things and like getting them out. There are people working on Citizens United, and the courts are holding up. It's not as satisfying, but like when they, tariffs being repealed, like that's, but that is the biggest scam ever now to the everyday American and to small business, because they're never going to get that money back, but all big business is.
Literally never.
Everything is just a money grab. That's why I think this doofus is staying in this daggone war.
How is he not dead yet? How is he not dead yet?
I think, but see, would that not be worse? Because then JG's going to get in.
I don't think that anybody other than Trump can.
But he's going to be he would be automatically president. That's what.
Yeah, but I think that is where this ends. I think people will leave and be like a lot of the people that may have voted for Trump that would have voted for Bernie. Maybe there can be some candidates like Zohran or maybe like the Democratic establishment, but even though I'm not holding my breath, can see that like the actual winning strategy is move to the left, not move to the center. It's to.
Yes. Even though Hungary didn't do that, and they are like, that was the best fucking story, but I don't like that they had to settle on someone on the right, but he was pro-democracy, but I was like, "No, I don't want that
Right.
story."
Also, though, was something that's really funny is apparently after JD Vance's visit, like Orban's
Now they're dead.
popularity went down. So, like, I fucking love that.
And how clear what their motives are. And
I know but they're not even trying to hide anything. They
no. And Tucker's over here like, we need to start hiding this, guys.
fucking
See?
Tucker.
Done.
Fucking Tucker. Okay, let me see. Share screen.
Also, TPU, say done. I mean, they're crumbling.
Oh God, I do love that. I take so much joy in TPUSA crumbling.
A tweet about APAC, which is a lobbying organization, right? Which uses
very toxic lobbying organization.
Sure, we know them, we love them. No, but you got a tweet that was all about
Good
the
show.
Benjamins, like meaning that money and government. Also,
like from the song.
Also, the it's
rap
a
song, yeah.
Also, his name is Benjamin Netanyahu. I mean, it worked on three. It was a triple entendre. Then I got upset because you were getting lectured by a certain daughter of a former president, and I did a mean tweet, and so she said that I was an anti-Semite. I tweeted Chelsea Clinton isn't even Jewish; she's just ugly. Sorry.
Is that a real tweet?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I was upset on your behalf. You had a tweet about APAC.
Oh my God, I'd forgotten that he did that.
First of all, I love him. Okay.
They're treasures of this time. He's among them. Where did he come from, too? And he's so self-assured and vulnerable. He's the
so
masculine. He's the,
Him and Hasan
Yeah.
and Zohran.
Yes. Not Tuck and Buck,
No.
dude.
And also Logan from season 4 of Love on the Spectrum. Have you watched it?
No, but Go Low. Again, I mean, love it. I've been told that I would like that show. I can't do reality, dude.
I usually can't, but this is like really good show.
That's the only thing I don't get about Chad, the necessary conversation, is I feel like I relate to him a lot, but then
Yes, something out of left field. Like he trains people on how to get chosen for like reality TV shows, and he's like so into it. And he also like does astral projection.
that's one thing I haven't delved much into yet. Like, it's one of those things, not really much of an interest, but not also any knowledge around it. It's,
True. That's
I
the
don't know.
same here. I don't know. I mean, I've never tried it, so maybe it's real.
I'm a little bummed about the alien thing because
Right,
now,
what about the alien thing?
like, starting to heat up, but then I'm like, well, is this a psyop? Fuck. It's a distraction, And the whole movie, Spielberg's movie coming out this summer, there
Yeah.
are too many conspiracies. All right, I want to check in again with the religious right and get
Let's see
them
what are they saying.
schooled. This is just going to be our simmer down to see someone get what they deserve. All right,
Let's see it.
Pastor Doug Wilson.
Oh, what a piece of shit. Is he the one that's Pete Hegseth's spiritual advisor?
Yes, spiritual. Yes, thank you for saying spiritual advisor. Like, what the
Yuck.
is that?
And
Not your
honestly, that's something that you should be really embarrassed about, being Pete Hegseth's spiritual advisor.
well?
Like, you're doing a real shit job.
Let's let them speak for us. I love Tim Miller of the Bulwark. He's a never Trumper. He worked like for Jeb Bush.
Okay.
Piers Morgan is such a douche.
And last thing, I've been a quote unquote pastor for just shy of 50 years. And so I'd like to know how much longer I have to go before I become a real pastor. Well, you have to follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. I'm not a real pastor.
Shut up, Piers.
Look, you're you hate everybody. You attack black people, gay people, immigrants. All you do is spread hate. Your book that you've got behind there is talking about how much you love to have words. Look, if you want to teach like fake Christianity, that's fine. You can do that. No, I've not read your book. I'm very happy about it. Okay, but if you want to do the signaling, you should help me swear. Let me see what it's about. Well, I've seen enough of your material on social media. It doesn't really require anymore. I mean, it's not like there's a kind of deep thoughts that's going behind it. No, I thought this for the study. As the show started out, I thought we were supposed to refrain from attacking religious leaders. Well, I have no problem. Listen, real quick, Pastor. I have no problem attacking wolves in sheep's clothing. I have no problem attacking a man who wrote that American slavery was mutually harmonious between.
Oh my God.
No problem attacking a man who probably says he wants to do away with the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote. I have no problem attacking a man like yourself who sits here incoherently supporting.
Look at that smug.
I hate him. He looks like a Republican Santa Claus. He looks like Baptist Santa Claus.
Definitely not safe around children.
No.
I wish you would be a better
No.
Christian. I wish you would open up the
Or
Bible. I wish
women.
you would eat the Jesus that I met when I went to
Or
Baltimore.
animals.
I say, the Jesus that took care of the sick, that took care of the poor, that welcomed the immigrant, that welcomed the marginalized, that helped them. But instead, you use Jesus as a mascot for, I don't know, your white Christian supremacy, your cool.
Ooh.
And I'm so glad that people are finally waking up to your cruelty and to the idiocy of your star disciple, Pete Hegseth, who keeps messing up and literally did not read the Bible and quotes Pulp Fiction. Just sit with them, maybe both of you to read the Constitution, read the Bible, and just take a break, Pastor. Just take a break. Yes.
Boom. Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook. Cooked.
I love so all right, I have a question. I love the guy that just spoke. He gets heated and hot and he's farther on the left. And sometimes those people, like my conditioning from growing up, I'm like, quiet. No, we need someone more. And I'm trying to get less like that. Like
Me too.
I am trying to find the person that's gonna cater to
That's right.
no.
That's right. And civility politics are imperialistic, colonial bullshit, white supremacy, like to undermine someone's point or point of view or experience or whatever just because they don't follow certain rules of decorum. It's kind of like how grammar is really fucking classist and white supremacist and all that shit. And
Quite
so that
simply, over. Done. We're done with that. I'm into
We're
making
done.
our own new rules. Like, if the rules
Yeah.
aren't there, then I'm not coming back from all of this and still being the people-pleasing little
That's right.
woman that just, gets
Yes.
used and tossed aside. Like, no, y'all
girl.
broke them rules. They're gone.
They gone.
They gone.
They gone. They gone.
gone.
Get.